Olympiacos have beaten Fiorentina in the Conference League final to clinch their first ever European trophy. Let us talk about that eyesore of a match. Hello, welcome to my channel. Today, Conference League final. First of all, that was an incredibly boring game. And it went on to stoppage time, and I had an exam today. So I didn't even bother recording the video after the final. So I'm doing it now. That was incredibly boring. Both Fiorentina and Olympiacos were trash. And there's something I want to talk about with that final regarding Club Brugge, but I'll save that for another video. But basically, Fiorentina, whenever they got pressed, they lost the ball. Utter garbage. Olympiacos couldn't string two passes together. The goal that eventually came, that was decent, but it was way too late in the match. I did not have energy anymore, I did not care. That is one of the most boring finals I have ever watched. It was just utter garbage. I'm not trying to slag off any teams, congratulations to Olympiacos. I am happy that Olympiacos won, because the Conference League, I think it beats the point for stupid, worthless teams like Fiorentina to win these competitions. Because you can't win shit in your own country, and now you're gonna win in Europe? Go fuck off. The Conference League, the entire point of the Conference League is for smaller leagues like the Belgian League, like Eredivisie, like the Portuguese League, I don't know what it's called. Like these smaller leagues, to have their big clubs compete in these tournaments. Like, okay, I respect Fiorentina, yeah? They tried their best. But the point of the Conference League is for these leagues where, quite frankly, the monetary difference is impossibly big with these other countries. Take the Belgian League, for example. Belgian League and Eredivisie are the richest leagues outside of the top 5 in Europe. Club Brugge, the richest team in Belgium who just won the league, will receive more money for selling their third best player to Brentford, 15th in the Premier League. They have that much money. This should show you just the monetary difference. And I am so happy that Olympiacos won. Because if Fiorentina won it, all that would make the Conference League is competition for the top 5 again. For the weaker of the top 5. I really don't think that is what this competition should be. I want to see Steaua Bucharest win this competition. I want to see Zenit Petersburg, I think it is, win this competition. I want to see Copenhagen win this competition. I want to see Ajax win this competition, Feyenoord, and so on. I don't want to see teams like Fiorentina win it. I don't want to see teams like West Ham win it. Like, congratulations if you win it, but let's be honest, nobody wants to see them win these competitions. Go in the Premier League, go in the FA Cup, go win your domestic leagues. Like, do something at home. Olympiacos wins their domestic league often. They are a dominant team in Greece. What is Fiorentina? Like, no disrespect, but honestly, what is Fiorentina? I think if you're a football fan, everyone should be glad that Olympiacos won this, because, quite frankly, this competition should theoretically make the gap, the monetary gap between the smaller leagues and the top leagues smaller. And it doesn't really do that if you have teams like Fiorentina going to the final. I think it just beats the point. Tell me what you think about that down below. But let's talk about the game. There's so little to talk about, to be honest. Like, there's a few chances missed, and sorry, I don't know the names of any of the players, but there were a few chances missed in, I think it was the second half by Fiorentina, where like that one ball that came from the bar, that a striker just shot over. How do you do that, mate? The finishing was very poor. The build-up, I think Fiorentina was better in the first and second half of regular time, But when it came to stoppage time and you saw the substitutions coming onto the pitch, I think Olympiacos had more depth, and the depth of Olympiacos really helped them to continue playing at the same quality, even after making substitutions. Once Fiorentina made their substitutions, they felt like they dropped off quite a bit. Like, Fiorentina, I think, made less substitutions as well, because they don't really have a bench, which causes them to just have a lot of players who had been playing constantly, like 120 minutes, to just get really tired and to just hang their head and to stop playing whatsoever. Which, I mean, fair if you're one of those players. Playing 120 minutes isn't easy, but I feel like Fiorentina was the better team, but failed to finish, which is why it went to stoppage time. And in stoppage time, Olympiacos was all over Fiorentina. Until the goal. That VAR check, by the way, that took way too long. That was obviously not offside. I don't know why it took so long to check that. Don't they have semi-automatic offsides in the Conference League? Do tell me that. I believe they do. It shouldn't have taken that long to check that. That's utterly stupid. But anyhow, it did take so long, so you can't, I guess, complain all you want, I suppose. Took way too long, but goal stood, and after the goal, Fiorentina started playing again, which, were they trying to go for penalties? I don't know. They all have lost some penalties because they don't know what it's like to win. Winning mentality does matter, and Olympiacos is a winning team. Like, I'm not saying that Fiorentina doesn't win a lot of trophies, but they just don't have that winning mentality that Olympiacos does. Olympiacos is competing for league titles every season, while, let's be honest, Fiorentina isn't. And that winning mentality really matters in high pressure moments, like penalties. So were they going for penalties? That would surprise me. If they were, then that's kind of dumb, unless they have a really good penalty specialist goalkeeper. Like, again, I don't know their plays very well, so do tell me if I'm mistaken, but it just seemed very weird. And you see this a lot in football. I'm not saying it's just a Fiorentina thing today, or yesterday, should I say. You see this a lot in football, where after a goal is scored, it's 100 miles an hour. Let's get a goal back. Why don't you play like that from the start? Oh, we'll get tired. You look pretty tired already, mate. How about you score 2 goals and then start defending? It's just poor. And Fiorentina, they only have themselves to blame. They failed to score over and over. And once they conceded a goal, they tried to score again after not trying at all into added time. And they couldn't. They just couldn't. And that is why they lost. That's pretty much all there is to it. They weren't good enough. Olympiacos wasn't better. They were just less bad, in my opinion. But I am happy that Olympiacos won. So congratulations to Olympiacos. I hope next season, and I genuinely hope this, that a team from one of the other competitions, not of the top 5, wins it again. I don't want to see, I don't think Fiorentina is even qualified, but I don't want to see an Italian team in it. I don't want to see an English team in it. I don't want to see a Spanish team in it. I want to see a team from Norway win it, a team from Denmark, a team from wherever, Portugal, Switzerland, just not one of the teams from top 5 leagues, because it's so boring. And that is really what money has done to football ever since really the 90s, 60s to 70s. And I suppose you can blame John Smith for that, but let's be honest, it was always going to happen. And I mean, I'm going to go on a tangent now about unrelated stuff, so I suppose that's a good place to end the video. Congratulations to Olympiacos, you won the Conference League. That's your first European trophy, I believe. Celebrate it well, because I don't think you won the league this season. But anyhow, I'll end the video there. Please do like and subscribe, it helps the channel out a ton. And please do tell me down below as well what you think about the game. Do you think it was as boring as I thought? I thought it was very boring. and I'll see you on the next one.